Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Summer here to talk about the lesson, What is a Mole and Avogadros number? In this lesson, students will be able to define a mole, relate a mole to everyday things, and relate a mole to Avogadros number. If you recall, in Unit 5, we learned about gas laws. We use the idea of a mole. So PV equals nRT. N was the number moles, which is moles of substance or the quantity of substance. We said that the mole is a way to measure how much gas there is. In this lesson, we're going to talk about what a mole really means. A mole is a counting unit in chemistry. So like a dozen is 12 of something, a mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd of something. So example, a dozen grapefruits is 12 grapefruits. A mole of grapefruits is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd grapefruits. This number is called, the 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd is called Avogadros number. So 1 dozen eggs equals 12 eggs, which if we took the mass of 12 eggs, it would equal approximately 52 grams of eggs. If we determined a mole of water equals 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd water molecules, which is equal to 18.02 grams of water. So why do we use moles? Well, how do reactions actually occur? They occur on a molecule-to-molecule basis or atom-to-atom basis. So this is the microscopic scale, and we can't count the individual number of atoms or molecules one by one. So this is why we balance our equations to start with. So the same number of atoms we end up with, why we balance our equations to start with the same number of atoms we end up with as we started. So the conservation of matter. So how can we actually measure a substance? So we measure mass or we can measure volume, but these are the macroscopic measurements. We can see them, handle them, and measure them. So we use a graduated cylinder for volume, balance for mass. And we can see this. We can't see the individual parts of this big ice chunk, but we can measure it and then relate that to some unknown quantity of particles. So just how big is Avogadros number? So the distance to the moon is 238.9 thousand miles. If we expanded that number, it would look like this. Distance to Mars is 84.034 million miles. Looks like this is expanded number. Number of seconds in a year, 31.54 million, which looks like this. Years Earth has been around, 5.54 billion. It looks like that. Global population, 7.8 billion. It looks like this. This is the scientific notation for that 7.8 billion. The U.S. national debt, 27 trillion, 10 to the 13th power. Looks like that expanded. Seconds, the Earth has been around, 174.709,440 quadrillion. So 10 to the 17th looks like this. Now we have Avogadros number, the number of particles in 1 mole. 602 sextillion, which is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, which looks like this expanded. It's such a large number.